What does the scouter say about their subscriber count?
It's 9,010.
Wait, so you mean?
Yes, Nappa. It's over.
It's over?
It's over 8,000!
What 8? Wait, what?
There is a story so strange in its implications that it defies ordinary classification.
You are now listening to the smooth sound of Blacker Black times infinity. I'm your motherfucking host, your boy Blue. Coming straight from the stack, right?
Yeah.
On my far left is Cronus.
You know what? You gotta toss a coin to a witcher. I'm just saying. And pour on some fucking ale.
And on my far right, Stitch.
It's the last podcast of the decade. Cheers.
Shit, it is.
Is it really? Yeah. Jesus.
Damn.
It's fucking scary.
We've been doing this, what, like 18 years now?
I wish. If it was 18 years, we should have much more money.
Yeah, we're fucking rich.
Yeah. I'm rich, bitch.
If you haven't noticed, we're two cast members shy. HR's gonna be calling them both.
Yeah, especially you can't be taking fucking sick days and shit this much.
Yeah, man. What the fuck? So yeah, we're recording on a Saturday because Christmas fell on a Wednesday.
Yeah, so I mean, we got families.
Yeah,
all of us do.
Nobody wants to get in trouble with their other parts.
Yeah. And if you get in trouble with the other parts, you disconnect your parts from their parts.
Yeah,
that's not good.
And that's not fun, not whatsoever. But Old Ninja isn't here, so nobody died.
Yeah, nobody died. Everybody stayed alive.
Actually, somebody did die. Don Imus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
Yeah.
I just want to bring his name to say fuck that dude.
Say fuck him?
Yeah.
All right. I'll allow it. All right, listener of the week would be Chist. Thank you for watching. Or listening. Probably not watching. This is on SoundCloud. So
you should listen or watch it too.
People are in the chat, but nobody's chatting yet. So somebody say something, then I'll shout you out. Okay. So yeah, Christmas happened. What did you guys get? Did you get anything cool?
A lot of sleep.
A lot of sleep? That's nice. Well, enjoy it while you can.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. Resting up. Just maybe spend time with Lilo, cooked, then just rested, and pretty much just got more baby shit together.
Then you will get baby shit together all the time
Yes.
when the baby's born, because that's what happens when you have babies.
At least 5 times a day.
You didn't get anything for Christmas? Like, what the fuck?
I think I treated myself to some. Actually, no, I haven't. I won one of my fantasy football championships, but I haven't figured out what I wanted to treat myself to yet. Because I sure as fuck wasn't going physically to a store or a mall to buy anything.
Well, that shit.
And then I was just like, you know what? I was going to wait for the after Christmas sales, like you were talking about before the cast.
Did you give anything cool?
You give Leo anything?
Did you even celebrate Christmas, motherfucker?
We watched Mission Impossible.
But there was no gift giving.
No.
Apparently. Okay.
Just kept it chill.
Yeah, for me, like, since the sweetness and I bought a house, funds are kind of light. So, I mean, she got me a cool new desk chair that's like a racer seat. It's similar to what you got.
Yeah.
So I got that, and I got her new makeup lights, like for her like makeup mirror. I got her a donut Christmas ornament. So we kind of started this new tradition where like every year we buy a new ornament for our Christmas tree.
Yeah, we used to do that.
So yeah, I got her a donut. It was fucking $20. I didn't even realize what price it was until I got it home.
You guys write down the year on there?
Yeah, we're gonna write the year on the back of it. And then I also got her something else. And I guess. So if you didn't know, the sweetness is vegan, and she wanted a tofu press. So I got her this fancy ass one from.
I'll use a tortilla press. It should be all right.
Well, with that, all the water and stuff gets all over the place. So the one I got, it like still holds onto the water, but
nice.
I had to drive way up to Walnut Creek to get it. So I got it from Soleil Table, our table.
Soleil Table.
Soleil Table.
Oh god.
And I got it on fucking Christmas Eve, and it literally took me about 30 minutes to find parking, to go into a store and spend 10 seconds to get something. I was so fucking mad. And like the parking lot, like the parking structure was designed like whoever designed that parking structure needed to be fucking dragged out into the street and shot. Because basically when you come into it, like all the cars are going one direction, and like you can't, like nobody will let you in, and like it was a fucking clusterfuck.
Yeah, the Great Mall is actually horrendous for getting in and out of, because there's basically only 2 ways to get in or out.
Yeah.
Well, it's sort of 3, but it's really a fucking pain in the ass.
And like even with the Great Mall, like when you try to like come out to try to like go down the next aisle, like you come into like the main source of traffic.
Yeah.
And that just fucking.
I ended up parking in the like, because I went there for Christmas Eve, I think, and I ended up parking in the employee parking. Because like the guy was like, "Oh, sir, this is employee parking only." But you know what? Merry Christmas. I was like, "All right," and it was still hard to find parking up there.
Crazy. Yeah. Fucking. I hate the mall for the holidays.
Yeah, fuck that.
What you get?
I'm going to go see Tool, I think, next week.
The band?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Put an album out, so that'll be fun. And then I got this cup, which is great. It's like a thermal cup, stainless steel. So
It looks like one of those things you put beer in.
yeah, you can. I mean, I'm drinking alcohol in there right now, but not beer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was and my oldest daughter, she made me a really cool painting of the Hulk. You'll see it in the Infinity Base once it's done, which I'm making progress on. Working on it this morning.
Yes, we did.
All the drywall's done now, so which is great, and we're like doing the mud and the taping. So it'll be quickly. It should be done within hopefully a month or two. Hopefully,
Nice.
Yeah. I should be able to move in. The only thing there's gonna be a problem is the fucking doors, because that's gonna be. I realized like way too late that it's gonna be a problem with the doors.
How so?
Well, because they're like barn doors and the bolts are on the outside.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I'm gonna have the security on there anyway, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. You know, I'll have like a bunch of sensors and all that stuff, but it's just I don't like having the bolts on the outside, and also like putting like a door lock on it is like a bitch because it's a fucking barn door, so it's not like a normal door.
Yeah.
You know, so I was looking up like, I measured the measurements of the door frame, and they don't make doors that size. Cause it's too short.
Yeah.
Because most doors are like 80 inches tall or more than that, and they don't make doors that are that short. So I had to get them custom made or cut a door. And I was thinking, I could do a sliding glass door, and then that's the same thing. It's like it's too short for a sliding glass door.
Yeah.
But sliding glass door would have been pretty dope.
It would, or even have like a cool fucking Star Trek show where you walk up to the thing and it's like, beeps!
Yeah, that'd be dope. That's not outside of our budget though.
Yeah.
No airlock.
That's outside of my budget.
Yeah. I don't think there would even be room for that. Cause like, where would the door going to?
Depends on how you did it. I mean, technically you could probably do it because
I guess you could do like a rolling one.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, you can probably do it, but whatever. I'll figure it out. I just want to get in there as soon as possible out of this fucking garage where you can see my laundry being done.
Yeah.
So.
And it's cold garage.
It's cold as fuck. It's actually warm. It was warmer in the base than it was outside.
Yeah, when we were working on it, it was pretty warm in there. Cause when I left, I was like, shit, it's fucking cold.
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold outside.
Yeah.
But, like, the insulation is like, so that's how we knew we did a pretty good job with like the design and the installation of everything. Because it's warm inside, and in the summer it's actually cooler than it is outside.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Were you able to get the pot lights back in?
We didn't put them in yet because we're still just doing the mud and stuff like that. And
No.
we still have to do the texturing and the painting. So I don't know if I want to we put the pots in, but I'm not really that concerned about it.
Yeah, okay.
All right, anyway, what else is going on? You guys have watched part of The Witcher, right? At least talk about episode 1.
Yeah, I've only seen
I'm
one.
about like on
one.
episode 5 or 6, I think.
What do you guys think so far about The Witcher?
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, I never played 1 and 2 of the game, and I haven't read the books. I tried to play 3 because it was during the After Effects where I fell in love with Skyrim, and I was just trying to
I was
I need to play games like this or whatever.
Skyrim ate my fucking life. I was like, this is the fucking greatest thing ever.
Yeah. So I played a little bit of the game, and so I was interested in the show. Henry Cowell's doing a great job.
Oh yeah.
In the show. I'm really interested in it. Surprisingly, Lilo knew more about the mythology and stuff than I did.
You know about Syria and all that stuff?
Yeah, she was like, timelines. And she's like, why is Yennefer ugly? And stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, when I said it was Yennefer, I was like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, so that part was absolutely hilarious. But I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I mean, right off the bat, they're fighting this fucking spider-looking
human
monster.
thing.
Yeah,
The beginning was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was like, okay, here we go.
I was like, somebody about to get fucked up. Holy shit.
So it's been really good so far. I mean, 5-6 episodes in, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah, I like when he goes see the wizard guy, and he's like, and the wizard's like, oh no, I'm not that guy. I'm such and such. He's all, oh, so you're pretending to be somebody who you're not, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
He's all, it's this whole fucking castle fake, like you or some shit. Literally, I think it was like 10 minutes into the show, they had half naked, or not half naked, they had naked girls walking
Fully
around,
naked,
bush and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, this show is gonna be really good.
I was confused because even when Yennefer had the hunchback, I was like, she got some nice titties. She's got a hunch. And I was like, but the titties are still very, very nice.
Yeah.
I could look past the hunch.
She looks very nice. I was like, whoa.
Ooh, very nice, very nice.
It's interesting. So I actually just finished the book today, the first book, and the book is actually kind of dry, and it's not as good as. Well, I think the games and the show kind of do the book more justice. I only read the first book, and this doesn't follow the book at all.
Okay.
Like as far as like the timelines go, because in this one, well, I can't say. It's kind of spoiler alert of what's going on in the show, but in the book, it's like it's events that happened after. Basically, the first season. I'm on like the last episode. I haven't watched the last episode yet, but so far it's been stuff that happened after the book.
Okay.
So that's been interesting to read, and I think it shows. It's good. I think people that are saying that it's better than Game of Thrones are fucking tripping. I mean, it's good, but it's like the Red Wedding. I mean, that kills like everything. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think it was just sort of like just a statement to throw out there to maybe stir the pot, get some more interest and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the fight scenes are good.
Oh yeah,
and everything
really well done.
But
especially the one with like him and like Renfri's like army, and then Renfri, like that whole fight scene. I was like, damn.
I was like, these people are getting fucked up. You see like people just getting stabbed in the head, arrow through the eye. I was like, oh shit,
it's just fucking brutal.
Yeah,
getting half of their faces chopped off and shit. I was like, bruh, he went down.
Like most people that hear talk about it, they always say like, oh, this is Netflix version of Game of Thrones. Like I never heard anybody say that it's better than Game of Thrones.
I've read that people thought it was better than Game of Thrones.
Unless it's like, I guess the last season of Game of Thrones, because I heard that was like the worst.
Even the last season was still, it wasn't bad. I don't think it was bad.
it's just compared to the other ones. I think it's just like recency bias.
Yeah.
Everybody's just like, oh, it left a bad taste in my mouth. Oh, this is better than the whole. Like, stop, pump the brakes.
It's definitely not. Like if you watch the first season of Game of Thrones again, and then watch the first season of The Witcher, and The Witcher's good. Don't get me wrong, but the first season of Game of Thrones, the main character fucking dies. The main character fucking dies. Like Geralt of Rivia is not gonna fucking die in The Witcher.
Beheaded.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, people that are sitting there talking that nonsense, like get the fuck out of here.
It's already got picked up for season 2, which I mean that comes off it. Oh, and 3?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
And also they're gonna make another Witcher game because the author, I guess, was in negotiation. I guess he got fucked over sort of by CD Projekt Red about some revenue stuff.
Oh,
and they got some negotiations done, and now they're well, obviously the guy right now, he has, how do I want to put it? He has much more buying power now, because he's in 3 different forms of media, and it's all his work. And so if someone else wants to work with him, obviously you're gonna jack that fucking price up. You know, like, that just makes sense. So I mean, if CD Projekt Red wasn't paying him what he wanted to get paid, which I heard about even before this series started, like before the Witcher show got made. I think it's good for him, and I'm glad that him and CD Projekt Red came to an agreement, and they're gonna keep making games, because I mean the game was great. I need to go back and play because I didn't finish the fucking game. I gotta be honest, but I finished the book. So yeah.
I remember when we went to WonderCon, like The Witcher was a pretty popular character. I think the game had just dropped like probably about a month before that, and so people were like on point, especially with their cosplay for that character. Yeah,
I've only got like one slight complaint. I got like a couple of small complaints, but one of the kind of major small ones is that Henry Cavill's eyes aren't right in the game or in the show. They should be like cat eyes, and they're not. Like yeah, I mean it's a small complaint. You know, I don't know why they couldn't do it. Like, it seems like I mean, you got a big budget.
Yeah, simple
CGI. Fucking context. I mean, Jesus Christ, you made fucking Yennefer's eyes fucking violet. You know what I mean? And they seem convincing, not like contacts. So
yeah. That's the other thing I was gonna say. Like the contact, like with his eyes being like the golden color, like it looks cool. Like it doesn't look like how fucking Aquaman looked in Justice League.
It doesn't look fake. So it's like you guys could have used the cat eyes for him, but you know, I guess you gotta spend your budget somewhere. I mean, but other than that, I mean the actual overall production value of this show was excellent in my opinion. Really good. Yeah.
Money well spent. I mean, Everyone seems. I don't know what critics are saying about it in terms of their ratings, but I mean, it seems like the fans are really enjoying it. From what
I know it's one of Netflix's like highest rated and viewed shows.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's good for them.
Yeah.
But I think before that, like Lucifer was their number one show. Like, I mean, I guess Stranger Things was pretty popular, but Lucifer was like really high too. But
Really?
this one's way up there too. But Lucifer got canceled.
Well, they got canceled and they picked it up and they got canceled again?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think they're going to do one more season and that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Did any of you guys watch the Lost in Space yet?
So I watched part of the second season. I watched part of the first episode of the second season, but it was like at a time when people were talking, so I couldn't pay attention to like everything. Mm-hmm. I know they were like sailing a spaceship through water and shit, but I was just like, I need to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
To like really understand the fuck.
I think it just dropped like recently, like Wednesday. I think it came out.
Yeah, real recently. So I'm gonna go back and watch that because the first season I really liked. But I also need to watch the overview, like the recap, because I was like, it's just some stuff I kind of forgot. So did you watch that at all?
No, I haven't seen that one. No.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed it, and they had a kind of a interesting villain in it. So yeah.
Yeah, because they switched the roles of the main villain. It used to be a man, but now in this season it was a woman, or at least last season it was a woman.
Yeah, and she's a villain.
Yeah, she was great,
convincing. Yeah.
She kept fucking over everybody.
Yeah, I really
I
wanted her to fucking die.
Yeah,
like the whole fucking season.
But like I was at a friend's house and they were watching it for the first time, and like I was sitting there watching it. I was like, man, like everything that could happen to this family happened to them. Like the girl goes into the water trying to save the plane or some shit, and as she's swimming up, the ice freezes over. But then her fucking suit starts to crack and stuff, and she starts losing oxygen. It's like, fuck, man.
That was the first episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like the first or second one.
The first episode was really well done, and I mean the whole season was done well done. I mean that had a good budget too.
Yeah, it did.
A lot of CGI, some practical effects.
It felt like it came out like 2 years ago though.
Yeah, that's what I feel like too.
But I think it was like last January it came out.
We're getting old. Time is fucking a strange construct to us at this point in time.
Did you know that Netflix is making a live action Avatar?
Yeah.
Last Airbender?
Yeah. We'll see what they do with it. But, you know, I think that sometimes Netflix is kind of too much of like, we're just going to throw some pasta on the wall and see what
see what happens.
Yeah, because they're like, I think like their overall their quantity is like way too high. Of like Netflix shows.
Yeah.
And the quality of like a lot of those shows are not very good. Like I tried to watch the V Wars. It was fucking awful.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
It was
I didn't watch
fucking awful.
Okay.
It might have been worse than Daybreak. Like I'm trying to watch it, I'm just like, these are all cliche things that are happening to these people. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I saw it on the little thing. I was like, that does not look interesting to me at all.
I tried, and I couldn't. I'm, like, what the fuck is? I'm not getting me wrong. Netflix has some hits, like some obvious hits, but it's like, stop just trying to like give money to like any fucking story.
Yeah.
If you have like too many cliches and shit, just don't fucking buy it. You know what the fuck? Just let someone else do it, or have them like refine their craft.
There's an animated Fast and Furious TV series on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's called Spy Racers.
I'll watch it though. I'll tell you if it's shitty or not. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm a Netflix fan. I mean, obviously, we're just talking about The Witcher, which is I really like.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of shit I don't like about Netflix shows. So.
And they do have some pretty good hits and a few lumbers.
I think it's more, if you look at the overall quantity of things, I think it's more fuck ups than like hits. Because I mean, just go through like Netflix shows and see if you watch any of them.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of stuff people watch is like nostalgia kind of things. Like I think Lila's watching like Blue Bloods and stuff. And, what was she watching? It was like Gilmore Girls, I think. So a lot of times people just go back and rewatch some stuff that they just had close to their hearts and shit.
Yeah. Living with Yourself was really good. With Paul Rudd, where he fucking clones himself. That shit was hella funny.
So speaking about living with yourself, can you talk about them bots?
Yeah.
Jesus. Bruh.
That's
this
crazy.
Is like... They need to get at least
all the awards.
They need to get a lot of awards. Yeah, they need to get a bunch of awards for the fucking show.
For Mindfuck.
I think this show doesn't get enough credit for like mental health. Like their whole, basically it's about a guy with serious mental health issues, and I don't think anybody's really talking. Not anybody. I think very few people are really talking about that.
Not enough people.
Yeah, because like what this guy's going through, and like what you learn in the very end of like the journey, I was just like, damn, like it was fucking super deep and fucked up. And I think they ended it as kind of as well as they could have.
Yeah,
you know,
I think they did. I even like the Fade to Black.
Yeah,
like they didn't, like you never really got to see the final character, which is kind of fucking cool. I mean, I'm trying not to spoil it, but I guess it's been a week now, so
has it been a week?
Yeah, it came out last Saturday.
Oh yeah,
last Sunday.
I mean, we could spoil it if you want.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought it was, especially when they started breaking the fourth wall, and it was like basically like we're like one of his personalities too. I was like, damn, what the fuck? Yeah.
The one scene where Elliot's talking to Elliot and like he's interlogging to himself or talking to himself. He's talking to us.
Yeah.
And Elliot's like, what? Is somebody saying something? Like, what the fuck is that I'm hearing?
What's that noise?
Well, we'll just fucking spoil it. I mean, it's been a week.
Yeah. Well, let's kind of go back because we didn't talk about the episode where Elliot meets White Rose for the first time because I didn't get to that part. And holy shit! First that whole first like 5 minutes of it. Like when they're going down the stairs and all the FBI people are just fucking dead. Like holy shit! That one that's still alive and they just fucking double tap him in the head.
Yeah.
But then we got to see Elliot and Darlene kind of saying goodbye to each other because he's going to go and finally take out White Rose's machine, which they never really explained what it was fucking for.
I'm pretty sure it was a fucking time machine.
Yeah, basically because she was talking about how like, you know, this is going to change everybody and make everybody like happy again or something like that. It was either a time machine or a fucking atomic bomb that's going to kill everybody. Yeah. But so Elliot he goes down to the nuclear plant. He puts in his fucking code to fucking shut down the power to it and everything. And then fucking White Rose's crew shows up. It's like, yeah, come with us. And the one dude eating a sandwich the whole fucking time. There's fucking dead body there where he just fuck is that?
He's like the cleanup guy. He doesn't give a fuck.
He give a fuck. But and so Elliot goes into this one dark room and there's a fucking was it a Tangy computer with an Apple IIe?
I don't know if it was a Tandy or not.
But it's an old school fucking computer. And he goes in there and like there's like a beta fish in the wall swimming around and then White Rose walks in and he tells him like, yeah, like normally I have somebody introduce me to my people, but we've met before. I guess he met him when he was this councilman or what was it? The
ambassador.
Yeah, ambassador, yeah. And so they're talking.
And she was a he.
Yeah. And White Rose is telling him, like, yeah, we're like, he tells him the plan, what the machine was for, and all the different things. And Elliot's like, yeah, your psycho Bible bullshit and fucking isn't gonna work on me like it did with Homegirl with blonde chick.
Oh, with Angela.
Angela, yeah. And then White Rose is like, yeah, and like I can't remember what happened, but White Rose is like, this is it, and she fucking put the gun to her head and fucking blow her own brains out. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, basically, like, trust me, it'll get better.
Yeah.
You know?
But then, like, I guess the nuclear power plant, I guess
explodes.
It explodes.
Yeah.
And somehow Elliot gets transported to another fucking universe.
Yeah.
He wakes up in like a park.
Yeah, that's when shit got weird.
Yeah,
Because basically, no, he didn't wake up in a park yet. Like, it made it seem like he was a whole different person because it was him.
Yeah.
But he was like.
There was 2 episodes.
He was in his apartment and he's talking. Like, he wakes up and he feels like there's like a crazy earthquake that happens.
Yeah.
And then Angela calls and basically they're gonna get married.
They're FaceTiming on the computer.
Yeah. And so they're supposed to get married and it's like he's Elliot, but he's like he has his shit together.
Yeah, it's like he actually looks different. Like his hair is done different. Like the way he carries himself. Like he looks like a totally different fucking person.
He's happy in all the photos. And
yeah,
yeah. And he's the CEO of Allsafe.
Yes.
Instead of like the other guy.
And the instead of the E core is fucking F core. I was like, but it was interesting because like sometimes when they would show the F core logo, it would flash to the E logo, and Ellie was like, what the fuck's going on? And then like the one guy is the CEO of F core, and he's talking to Elliot, and he's like, because they were coming to him for security for their business, and the guy's like, no, we don't want you.
The guy who I thought was one of the personalities.
Yeah, I thought he was too.
Yeah. I forget his name. He had a hot ass wife.
Yeah, she was so fucking fun.
Yeah, fucking smoke show.
But the guy's like, yeah, we're not gonna go with you, but like, tell me why we should or something, like kind of jumping ahead. But Elliot calls his dad, who's a fucking alive. So Mr. Robot is alive. We actually get his real fucking name, I think, for the first time.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but he still has this fucking shop open, and it's all updated. It's got like Macs and shit in there and everything.
And he wasn't rapey.
Yeah, he wasn't rapey. And he calls his dad. Like his dad's like, yeah, I'm looking forward to the wedding and this and that, and talks about his mom and stuff like that. And then something fucking weird happened. I think another earthquake happens, and then Elliot, I can't remember what happened. He like goes. Does he go home? I think he goes home, and that's when he runs into himself,
which is the other Elliot.
Yeah,
that we know.
Yeah, and then the next episode is the Dark Elliot.
Oh wait, no. That's so he meets. Yeah, it's Dark Elliot comes in, and they meet each other. They start talking, and he's like, they're trying to convince. Dark Elliot tries to convince. Wait, what the fuck? I'm trying to remember like the end of the episode because I watched it in like 2 parts.
Yeah, because it was a 2-parter. Yeah, one was from one point of view, and the other one from the other.
No, because they made each other, but then they go back in time, and it's from his point of view.
Yeah,
and he's like basically he hacked himself to see like who he was, and then he saw that basically he finally found like this secret partition, and on the secret partition that he found were pictures of like F Society members, and him, Elliot, as like a dark hacker guy.
Yeah, and they were like comic book sketches.
Yeah, and he was Hacker Man, which is funny because that's like what in one episode they had, he was Hacker Man. It was hilarious. So there's another earthquake, and then like the good Elliot like falls and hits his head on a fucking
corner or something.
No, what do you call those things? Not a stove. Radiator. Yeah. And he can't move and shit. And then, Angela calls, and he's just like, Angela could be mine, basically, so I'm just gonna kill fucking me.
Yeah.
So
with no fucking hesitation.
Yeah, he kills himself. Like kills like the good him.
Yeah.
And that was fucked up.
Yeah, but then the next episode we see from Elliot's point of view from when he wakes up in the park.
Yeah.
And then he's like, what the fuck? And he's like going around, and he I think he goes to his apartment first, and he calls I can't remember. This episode was so fucking confusing. I had to watch it twice. But
I don't think he goes to his apartment first.
Well, no, because he goes to his dad's house, or he goes to by his dad's work. Because he goes in there. He's
walking around and he sees like his dad's.
Yeah, he walks by and he sees his dad's business still there, and he goes inside. But at that time, his dad, Mr. Robot, is talking to the real Elliot, and the dad's like, "Oh, hey, somebody's here. Let me call you back or whatever. Let me like go help them or whatever." And I guess Elliot was looking at his dad's phone and saw like it was really him, and he fucking dropped the phone and like left or whatever. But then Elliot goes to their original childhood house, and he's like peeping. How's it peeping, Billy? But no, he's peeping behind like the thing, and he see like his mom and stuff, and like a little girl comes over. It's like, "Oh, hey, Elliot," and he's like, "You know me?" He's all, "Yeah," and he's like, "Here's to your house," and blah blah blah. And he's all, "Have you seen Darlene?" He's like, and the little girl's like, "Who's Darlene?" Like, you don't have a sister named Darlene, which becomes fucking important at the end. But like he runs into his mom, he's like talking to his mom and all this different shit, and then he goes to Angela's house where he runs into her fucking parents, which is the E-Corps guy. He's fucking still alive, and her mom is still alive and shit like that, and he's talking to them, and some shit happens, and I guess the mom drops a glass because
another earthquake happened.
Yeah, and then like the real Elliot calls the parents, but the dark Elliot gets the phone and picks up, and then like hangs up when he hears that it's actually fucking him on the phone, which is fucking trippy. And that's when he goes back to his apartment, and like he's trying to hack the real Elliot, and then other Elliot walks in. But that's when they have the table talk.
And basically he says that he's real. He came across from a different universe, sort of, and so he kills him. And then he wants to take over his life, be like the real Elliot, and he puts him in a box, cardboard box, and like takes him down to hit like his Escalade, which is the same Escalade that the other guy had. He had his fucking name, but so he's taking him down, and then that's when Dom comes as a police officer instead of FBI. And I was like, well, this guy's there's no way he survives this shit. Yeah, so she's like, top cop fucking was like, none of this shit you're saying adds up. Yeah. And then
which one is it? You move it? Or you going to a wedding?
Yeah.
Like when she said that, I I was like, I'm taking stuff for the wedding. Like, what the fuck? Get off my back, bitch.
Yeah, so there's an earthquake that happens when she opens the box and sees that himself is inside the box.
Yeah.
And so he runs, and then I forget what the fuck happens. Like, basically, he runs.
He runs to Coney. He runs to the subway.
Yeah,
he gets away there.
He gets away. That's the shit kind of gets weird because Mr. Robot comes back.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, Mr. Robot comes back earlier because he's like he's in the room getting ready and stuff like
He
that.
keeps telling him like this ain't gonna work.
Yeah. But he runs into Mr. Robot again in the subway train, and Elliot tells him like, I just want to be fucking alone, and like he leaves him in the train, and then he goes to Coney Island
for the wedding. And everybody's wearing the fucking F Society fucking mask.
And everybody's like, I think everybody's like the same person.
Well, that's when I was like, that's when I knew it was like, none of this is real.
Yeah.
Because even before, as he's walking up, I could see like the headband thing, and I was like, this isn't real.
But then we see Angela up on the pier, and she like sees him and runs away. Well, because Mr. Robot shows up too and gives him like a jacket and tells him like you're gonna need this or some shit.
Yeah.
Which it turns out he ends up changing clothes in like because he chases after Angela into the F Society building, and that's when she's like, "Who are you?" and this and that, and basically he gets like ejected out of the building, and he's back to being Dark Elliot again. And what happens after that?
He chases him down. They go into the old was it the whole
F Society
headquarters?
building.
Yeah.
And they see like all the Mr. Robot faces after he gets ejected.
Yeah.
And after that is when like they start explaining things. Like he has to see Krista, the therapist. Yeah, and that's when like she breaks down that basically he is just a personality inside of Elliot, and he took over, and he hasn't let go.
And he forced the real Elliot into. He basically put real Elliot into the perfect fucking matrix.
Yeah, it's like a loop or something.
Yeah. A recursive loop.
And the reason why Darlene isn't in that universe is because Darlene's the only one that's able to bring the real Elliot back. Because there's like an episode where they don't remember 12 hours of what happened, and that's when the real Elliot had taken over, and it was Darlene that was able to bring him back.
Yeah. So it got like really fucking crazy where it's like you realize that the Elliot that we've all known. And in that same like therapy session, like they even talk to like the viewer.
Yeah, that shit fucking
like we're like one of the personalities.
Dude, if I was high, that would have freaked me the fuck out. Because she's like she's looking off camera to Elliot, and she's like, and she looked dead into my fucking eyes, like, and I know about you too. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she was crazy. And
then like as they're talking, and then she talks back to us again, and she's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they want to know what the final part's going to be or whatever. Like the fact that she talks to me, and I was thinking like the same thing that she had said. I was like, what the fuck? This chick is in my head.
Yeah.
Like that was really fucking well done.
Yeah, it got crazy because like he didn't look. They call him the mastermind.
Yeah.
The Elliot that we know. And he didn't want to let go of like being a real person.
Yeah.
He was like, fuck that. I'm not letting go. I'm going to be fucking Elliot. You know, blah, blah, blah. So then he wakes up in like reality. And it turns out that he actually did stop the machine that White Rose had. And White Rose is fucking dead. And Darlene is in the hospital room with him. I have to explain this to him. And then there's like a really like emotional moment, where he's like explaining that, you know, he's not really Elliot, and she's like, you know, basically I know that you're not Elliot. She's known since like he didn't remember who the fuck she was, and he kissed her. Yeah. He's like, I knew that you weren't real since then.
Well, I think even then, like she mentioned how like his personality was just totally fucking different, and like all the different things. But I guess he's only been around for a little bit. Like he's not like Mr. Robot's been around since he was a kid, and he slowly. Oh, that was another thing they kind of talk about.
There's like four personalities within Elliot,
and they talk about all the different personalities,
the history of them and stuff.
Yeah, when they were created and why and this and that. I was like, this is fucking deep. But like I guess the mastermind Elliot finally came to terms with it's like, you know, he's not the real Elliot, and he's telling Darlene this, and he's like fucking kind of crying about it and stuff.
They're both crying about it.
Yeah. But then they go back into Elliot's head, and like we see the mom, we see Mr. Robot, the mom, and the son, and Elliot standing there, Mastermind Elliot. And they all start leaving the room, and Mastermind Elliot walks down his hallway, and he's kind of worried because he thought like everything was going to be like a fucking dark place. But they end up like walking into like this movie theater and sitting down next to each other, and I assume they were just looking through Elliot's eyes, basically is what they're seeing on the screen.
Yeah.
I don't think they really show what they
thought
put on there.
And that was It was a good way to end the series.
Yeah.
I mean, they wrapped it up.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they wrapped it up. I mean, it's one of my favorite shows ever of all time, because it, talked about mental health in a serious way and like hacking, which is when I was a kid, it was fun for me to hack stuff. So,
but like the way like the cinematography of the show was really good. Like all the effects they had, like I always think of the prison scene. Like he thought like he had like this nice fucking prison scene, but when they pull back the curtains, it was like a shithole, and like the drug deals he was doing for the warden and stuff, like the hacking, and then we had Joey Badass slice the motherfuckers up and shit, and then we had Dom. Like this cast was like really fucking good. Like I definitely want to go back and watch the show again, like knowing what I know about him. Yeah. And just be like, oh man, all the fucking clues were there. They were just so fucking subtle.
Well, they explained the clues like in the therapy session. Like they were showing like scenes where there were like clues on what was going on, but we just didn't get it. So yeah, Mr. Robot. I mean, I hope that it wins a fucking award for the Golden Eggplants. I mean, it's my pick for best show of the year.
I think it might. I think we should have like an award that we just give to a show. Yeah. Like how they do like in the Oscars or whatever.
Well, there's 5 of us, so yeah, we can easily do that.
Yeah. What's it called? Yeah. It's I guess it's not an honorable mention. That's something else.
No, we can do that. Honorable mention, but whoever the fuck we pick.
Yeah.
So did y'all watch either The Mandalorian or the latest Star Wars?
Well, that guy did.
No, I
didn't watch shit.
Nope.
I haven't watched the latest one yet. I think I'm like 2 episodes. Yeah, I'm 2 episodes behind. I think the last one I watched is when what the fuck happened? When they were on when fucking Bill Burr. That was the last one I saw.
Bill Burr. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen the last 2 ones.
I have wrapped the series, and it's pretty good.
So you gonna cancel your Disney Plus now?
No, I got a toddler. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
People that are saying, "No, I'm just gonna cancel after that." It's like, okay, but I mean, they have other shows on there. Like, I'm actually watching the World According to Jeff Goldblum or whatever. That show's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. Yeah.
Another show that's really good on there is it's like a history lesson of Disney basically, and like I think it was called Imagineers. I think that's what it's called. But it like talks about how like Disney came up with the idea of like building Disneyland and like starting the whole Disney franchise and everything. And it actually wasn't called Disney, it was called something else. I can't remember the name of it. But
it was called Anti-Jew Place.
Yeah, basically.
He was anti-Semite.
Like literally when Disneyland opened, like the concrete was still fucking wet. Like they were not fucking ready for the people that showed up. But then also a bunch of people had counterfeit tickets. Because back then, I think it opened up in the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, making counterfeit tickets were pretty fucking easy. But, like, they were packed and all those different things. But, like, they actually almost went bankrupt a few times. And luckily, they were able to pull through. But it's a real cool, like, history lesson on Disney and, like, the park and everything. So, if you have a chance, I'd definitely say check that out.
Nice.
Let's see what it's called. I think it was called Disney Imagineers. But there's a lot of cool shows on there that, that's none of the movies that were locked up in the vault. Let's see.
So what else has been going on on the planet?
I started playing, what is that new Star Wars game? Fallen Order.
Okay.
And it was interesting because I was playing it, and the first planet I was on wasn't that hard. And then I went to one that was optional, like Dathomir or something like that, where I was getting fucking ass raped. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, I passed it, like, I got through it, but I was getting fucked up. And even on the first planet, like, there was like an optional boss battle that I wanted to go to, like, try to beat this fucking big ass frog thing. Just fucked me up. Like, I probably tried to beat it like 6 times. I lost horribly every time. But if you play like the normal game, like don't do the optional bosses and shit like that, the game isn't that hard, but it's just like if you do the optional shit, like you'll get fucked up. Okay. To me that shit kind of pissed me off, but it's fun to play like as a Jedi with like kind of cool force powers, and I don't know, I like playing it's good to have a good Star Wars game again. I've been playing Star Wars games since I was like a kid. It's the reason why I have like inverted vertical controls, because I played X-Wing first X-Wing, then X-Wing versus TIE Fighter like religiously when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
And ever since then I was like, anything that's first person is like not I have to invert it because like when you throw some, I'm going to show you a thing here. So if I'm holding like a head from the back and I press up, the head goes down, and if I press down, the head goes up. That's the whole reasoning behind the whole inverted controls. So hopefully that will explain to people that they're like, how the fuck do you play upside down? Because like when I pick up the controls and I play as somebody like that doesn't have the inverted controls, like it's all wonky. Because like for me, it's like if I press down, it should go up, not down. So like it fucks me up every single time. Okay. Because to me, it's like my thumb is basically attached to the back of the person's head. So
yeah, I picked up Modern Warfare. I got it on PlayStation Store. I think it was on.
You did digital?
Yeah, it was maybe like $33 or something. So I
still
was
might get it. I gotta check how much space I have left on my fucking.
That thing eats up so much. That game is fucking ridiculous. And now it's a really beautiful game. Like graphics and everything going around. I was pretty pleasantly surprised with it. It's just fucking takes forever to download. So many gigabytes.
Just do it overnight, man.
Yeah, well, that's what I ended up doing or whatever. I was just like, yeah, I'll do it. And I looked at the price and I was like, all right, I'll pull the trigger on this.
How much was it?
Like $33 or something. Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is pretty worth it. And then I just let it download overnight, and the campaign is pretty fun. It's
I'm gonna get
surprisingly. I mean, I don't really play as many first-person shooters as I used to. But it's kind of realistic-ish in terms of like how you're moving and operating. Sometimes the AI guys that are in my little stack get in the way.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good. I wish Prodigy was here because I cannot figure out how to tilt my guy's character to like peek to the right. He's like peeking left for some reason. Like when you put on like the night vision, you have one of those IR scope pointer thing majibs on the gun, and so when you zoom in to like aim, he tilts it to like the left, and I'm like, okay, that's cool and everything, but if I'm trying to clear what's on the left side of this hallway, looking to the left,
you're thinking Ghost Recon.
Yeah. So like I'm trying to like, because I mean, I like how, because when you're going into these buildings and stuff like that, if you just walk in, you'll get fucked up. Like there's people they're like camped out in like hard, they're in like hard corners and stuff. So if you just walk in and just be like, I'm just going whatever, and I'll just quit. Like no, like you'll walk in, and some guy will just blast you with a shotgun, and they'll be like under tables, underneath beds and stuff. So I was like, okay. So I'm trying to pie every corner, not passing up any hallways before I go down the rest of the hallway, and I'm just like, all right, I can't fucking peek left if my guy is leaning left, and it was kind of just driving me nuts or whatever. So I was just like, all right, fuck, I'll just throw a flashbang in rooms where I can't do that, and I'll just run in there. But other than that, it's pretty good. I still haven't done the Spec Op thing that Old Ninja has been talking and saying it's the greatest thing since the microwave.
I'm glad that's back because I remember like Modern Warfare 1 and 2, they had it, and that shit was fun as fuck. I used to solo those things. Yeah, back when I was still a hardcore PC gamer.
All right, I need to check that out and then get on that.
But it's like you're playing against like the computer, but it's like way harder. Okay. Like you'll have, I remember like in like Modern Warfare days, you would have those fucking guys in like full riot suits just like sprinting at you with the fucking machine gun. And like basically every goddamn machine gun shot was like a fucking sniper shot. They'd be fucking running from across the map. Sniper shot, headshot. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Yeah.
I remember there was like a trophy to take out one of the juggernauts. That shit fucking, they were bullet sponges, man. It took forever to take those fucking guys out. But it's possible.
So I was playing on, and I've just still been playing DayZ or whatever. Blue was over here today. He saw some of my video.
Damn, dude, that's fucking funny as hell. This game is fucked up.
Yeah, it's just some crazy shit that was going on. I just getting blindsided by wolves and bears and shit like that.
Dude, you gotta tell us a bear story because that shit was fucking great.
Oh my god. So I was, because essentially you have your one character, and if your character dies, you go, and the map, I forget how many, I guess, square kilometers it is, but it's like a Skyrim-ish kind of map. It might be larger than how Skyrim is, but you got to just track it on foot. And when you're a fresh spawn, they put you at the far end of the map. They give you a fucking apple, a road flare, and some rags, and you just gotta fucking survive. So when you get like, you're like, all right, I got a canteen, I'm good, my water's good, I got some food on me, all right, so now it's like, all right, I really don't want to fucking die and have to go all the way back. So I had two characters. I had Lilo's character playing with. That way they could haul some building supplies over for this base I was building. So I'm tracking. It's at maybe at like 3-4 in the morning. So there's not that many people on the server. There's maybe like 4 or 5 people. So I'm like, all right, can kind of let down my guard a little bit. So I damn near get to the base, and then I hear the wolves howling. I'm like, all right, I got a fucking shovel. The shovel is probably one of the most powerful like blunt object tool. I can just wall up the wolves with the shovel. But the reach on it was not working really well as I do when I get like a fireman axe. So the wolves started scratching me and shit like that. So I ended up dying with Lilo's character, and I was like, fuck. I was like, I had a hammer. I needed my base building shit is right there. And I was like, oh, I'll just log into my main character, go to my body, which is like a block away, get my shit, and just mule it over. So I'm like, all right, I log into my character. I see the wolves that are still munching on my fucking body, and I'm like, all right, should I
body's not even coded yet.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, I'll fuck it up with a crowbar. I was like, you know what, fuck it, it's getting late. Let me just pull out my AK-47. I started shooting it. I'm like, bop, 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 bop. And so I started shooting it and everything, and one of the wolves is like dancing around, and fucking, I don't even hear anything because I'm halfway tired, and boom, like a linebacker, this fucking bear just fucking hits me, and I go, the screen goes black, and you just hear roar, and I play the replay for Blue.
Yeah, like
Blue's like, oh, I hear it coming.
Yeah, like he told me that by a bear. I was like, dude, I can fucking hear the bear. Like you can hear it getting closer. It's like, and all of a sudden you see it pass by his fucking screen, and the screen just go fucking black. And all I hear is,
yeah,
the fucking bear is basically fucking shredding him up while he's fucking knocked out.
And once you lose a lot of like blood, your character will just keep blacking out. Like he'll like come through, but everything will be like black and white, and it'll just pass out again because he's got to regenerate his blood. And I was all fucked up, and I was like, shit, the server is going to reset in like 15 minutes. So I pulled out my phone. I was like, all right, I have 40 seconds of time where I'm awake before I pass out. So if I can just like go over every 40 seconds and then get myself in the base, get my shit, I'll be good. And no, the bear was like, oh, I want seconds. I can finish my ass.
Oh, you ain't dead yet?
Yeah, I thought I taught you.
Imagine that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and the bear.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like The Revenant. Yeah, that's what the fucking bear did to me. But it's been pretty fun. So I've been playing that, and still need to squad up with Prodigy and Old Ninja on Ghost Recon. Not Ghost Recon.
The other gameplay you showed me, like you're camped out in the house, and like I guess you didn't have that much gear because you didn't have a gun or anything, and like 3 people squad up and came over there, and one chick hit you with like a fucking shovel. Oh, it like knocked him out, and on the bottom it said being restrained by duct tape, and then he came back he woke back up, and his character's like on the ground, duct tape bound and shit like that, and I guess it was fucking weird because all of a sudden everybody started screaming because somebody started killing them all.
Yeah, there was a gang of people in this house, and I didn't have any weapons. I didn't have a melee weapon, so they just rolled up on me, and I was like, fuck. And so they're like, oh, this is the dude that, because I think I killed one of their guys like down the road. And so like, this is that dude. I was like, fuck. So this one girl, and she had this like British accent, sounded like she was 12. She's like, oh, it's him. And she just pulls out a shovel and just whacks me. My guy goes unconscious. I wake up and I'm restrained, and they're like all talking shit. They're like, oh, you got a mic? Say something now. We're gonna. And he's got a shotgun to the back of my head. I'm about to fucking kill him. And then all of a sudden you just, and I can't see anything because my guy's face down. You just hear bam, 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 and you just see bodies start falling. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? And so I like look around. I'm like, well, fucking, I unrestrained myself. And then the guy rolls up and he's like, hey, Spider-Man, I just saved your life. And he just turned on the mob. He's just like, you know what, fuck these guys, and he just shot everyone.
But it's funny because like later on the guy's like, yeah, I was actually the one that tied you up. Like the guy was part of the fucking crew, and he switched sides and fucking killed them all.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Like, it literally made me think of the
plot twist.
Yeah, it made me think of the fucking the Warren G song where he's playing dice with the people and he started fucking getting jacked and shit.
Yeah.
It was basically that.
And then Nick Dark saves him and murders like 3 people.
Yeah,
and never goes to jail for it. Yeah, that's great.
So, any other new? Have you still been playing Borderlands, or?
I need to get back to it because I know that the Moxie's heist is
right.
live.
I forgot about that.
I'll probably play a little bit of it tomorrow. I'll play some of it tomorrow because I know The Last Jedi is in my PS4 Pro right now, but I did play some Borderlands. So, I'll play at least an hour of it tomorrow. I'll try. depending on how the day goes. So, and I also got to put in some time on my Peloton bike. So me and my brother, who's fat right now, by the way. I was gonna say that because he's probably gonna listen. Yeah, you're fat, man. It's okay. I was fat too, but you know.
He's been on the podcast. He's the
He's fireman. Yeah, but he's not fatter than I was, so he's not that fat. He's a little chubby. He has a Peloton bike, and when I went to his house last year, I saw that he had a Peloton bike, and at the time, Kamak was doing his spin classes a lot. I was like, this thing is fucking dope. And his spin classes were goddamn expensive.
Yeah.
Like this shit is like it's like $30+ a class. If you want to get a membership, it's like way more than $100. And so the Peloton bike is like, it's not cheap. Like basically out the door, if you have two people, it's like around $3,000. But after that, it's like $40 a month for like their live classes and like all the library of stuff. And so I bought a Peloton bike for K-Mac. And so my brother was like, "Oh, you got one?" Like he wanted me to like challenge him, to like help him out, to like, and I get it,
keep him motivated and shit.
Yeah, I totally understand. So I'm like, I'm not shitting on him for that. I'm glad that me and him can like interact again as brothers, because we don't talk that often. And so we did like our first class together a couple days ago, and it was like really cool.
Yeah,
you know, I beat him, of course, but with no training. I'm just saying, I don't ride bikes very often anymore. It was it's fun to like sit there and like take a class together with somebody, and even do like video chat with them, and like ride a bike, and you know, do this class together, and like see like how well they're doing, how well you're doing, and I can actually, when you're done with the class, you can like compare your metrics together.
No, that's cool.
And, like their cadence and like their resistance. So that was really interesting. So we have a challenge starting on January 1st of who can get the most miles in a month.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let's do it, I guess.
Do you know if it syncs up with Strava?
Strava, yes. There's a Strava
app or whatever.
Yeah, like it's an app, but I know Strava's an app, but it's like what do you call it?
Sync?
It's like a link.
Oh, okay,
so
yeah.
You can link the two together.
Okay, yeah.
Same thing with like Facebook and like you know, a couple other things.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's been like I really enjoy the bike. I just need to get on it. Like right now, it's hard for me to get on the bike because my oldest daughter's here. Kamak is off for 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, Christmas shutdown.
Yeah, so you know, I'm taking a few days off. So I'll ride tomorrow, and I think the first time I put in 100 miles in one day, hopefully it'll discourage him. That is my goal for one day, to get 100 miles.
Dude, doing a centennial in a day, that's fucking that's like the most miles I ever did on a bike. I got up to like 45 maybe.
Really?
Yeah, but thinking about it, like the Peloton isn't really, I mean, if you were to buy a really nice bike for you to go out and cycling and stuff like that, like you can get a good bike for about $3,000.
Yeah, you can. And then if you want to do it, so like I saw like a video of like somebody kind of critiquing the Peloton. He's like an actual like cyclist, you know, and he does triathlons too. And he was kind of shitting on the Peloton bike, but I'm like, listen, all right. He was showing like a cheaper way to how to basically do a Peloton. I'm like, yeah, you could do that, but it's like I understand the appeal of a Peloton bike now. It's like the whole like live class thing, which I've done literally 0 live classes. Like all my shit has been like on-demand classes, and like in the beginning it was like I'm just gonna do the beginner classes because I'm not a cyclist.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I used to like bike, you know, for a while, but I'm definitely not a cyclist. And I do jiu-jitsu. Like if anything, I'm a fucking grappler. So I'll hop on this thing to have fun and like push myself for sure. But I'm not a cyclist. But to get on there, I definitely see the appeal. Like when you're sitting there and you see like the leaderboards and shit, you're like, oh, I can beat fucking somebody, you know, like let's fucking go. Like so, like my brother, when me and him did it together, like right in the beginning, I was like, I'm gonna beat this motherfucker. You know, it's like this is like I'm not going to use any excuse. I'm gonna beat this guy. Like I don't care if I'm fucking fast on this bike. I'm gonna beat this guy. And like shit like that, it can push you forward. And I think when people like when they say like, oh, the Peloton isn't good because it's not gonna push you, it's like motivation is up to you. Like, you know, if you're not motivated to like ride on a bike, then the best workout tool is the one you use. You know, I have plenty of workout tools, and when I'm like feeling it, I'll use them. But if not, then I'm not going to use them. But the best ones are when you use. And if you feel like, you know, Peloton or, you know, cycling is like that, is advantageous to you, then use it. Like, I don't understand when people like talk shit about that.
Yeah.
It's a good, for the price, for me, it's worth it. Like, it's super fucking smooth. I love the way it slows down, the way it like feels like it's not noisy at all. You know, and the screen is great.
Not your grandma's fucking paddle bike.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you hopped on it, right?
Yeah.
And you, like, spun around a little bit. Like, I really like the product so far, and the fact that, you know, Kamak is hopping on there because I bought it for her, and she's getting on there like hopping, you know, doing classes and shit. So it's like, and it's more than just the cycling. Like, you can do the cycling plus, you know, stretching, yoga, strength and conditioning, all this other kinds of shit.
Does the monitor spin around?
It does. That's my fucking one thing that I have a problem with this. They need to retrofit this thing to where you can like turn the monitor upside down to the other side of the bike.
Yeah, so you can work in front of the bike?
Yes.
It looks like it would, but it doesn't.
Yeah. But in their defense, you can easily cast it to another screen.
Oh, okay.
So that's the like workaround. But it'd be easier just somebody, like, if I had a fucking 3D printer, there'd be a way, actually it'd be more than that. Peloton, just fucking make it so you can turn it around.
Amazing, yeah.
Just turn it fucking totally upside down to where the front of the bike, you can turn the screen upside down so you can look at it, you know, at the front of the bike.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid that they don't do that. They're missing out on a huge, like, it's a huge revenue stream to like not have somebody rely on a separate screen to cast to for all this other shit. But they have an app now for like Fire TV and all that shit, so where you can just download the app and you can do like all the other shit, obviously other than cycling, and plus the casting. So I get it, but just make a fucking kit where you can like plug in, make the cables a little bit longer, and then turn the screen around. Shit, you could probably fucking charge $50 to $100 for it. People will fucking pay for it because their fucking bike is, you know, it's $2,000 by itself, just the bike.
Now,
So,
is it? Have you seen commercials for that like mirror-looking workout thing?
Yeah.
Is it the same?
No.
Two different companies or whatever.
yeah,
Okay.
totally different. I mean, I see the value in that too, but the Peloton bike is just like, it's fun, man. Like the fact that you can do shit live and you see the leaderboards and people will call your name out and shit like that, and they'll like talk to you and stuff, and you can video chat with people. Like,
Got webcam on there too?
yeah, like I told you, like when my first thing with my brother, we started doing video chat. It was messed up because on his side, his volume for the studio was too loud, so he couldn't really hear me. He figured it out. He turned it down, but I can hear him just fine. But yeah, you can video chat with a person that you're riding with.
That's dope.
Yeah, and just like, you know, push them or whatever. It's like this shit's great. It's just, I mean, it's pricey, and I get that, but it's for a reason.
Yeah, I think for my bike, even though I bought it used, like the bike is normally $2,000, but I got it for $1,000, and it's basically the price of a Peloton. So,
Yeah, I mean, it makes you want to get out there and like actually road bike. I mean, I have a modified mountain bike.
Yeah.
That works well, but I mean, it's very difficult to go 20 miles per hour on a mountain bike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On a road bike, it's fucking way easier.
Yeah, dude. It is.
Yeah.
It is. Like I rented I think I rented like a $4,000 like road bike, and my friend Ben I used to ride with, I still do, it's off season, but yeah, like usually because I had a mountain bike that was modified with road tires, and I would struggle to keep up with them just because the gearing ratio is totally fucking different between a mountain bike and a road bike. But once I had the $4,000 bike, I passed them up. It was so fucking easy to like pass them up and stuff like that. So I was like, I gotta get a real fucking road bike. So I got like a carbon fiber composite bike with I think it's got like 24-inch tires on there.
Yeah.
But I got it for $1,000, real cheap, fucking used. It's like it was like 8 years old, but
So this shit. I mean, as long as it's like light and you have the good gear ratio, you're fine.
except I had fucking 4 flat tires on that goddamn bike.
Oh, you gotta get that should happen to me with my my mountain bike. You have to get those tire liners.
Yeah.
Once you had tire liners, I had 0 flat tires.
Did I ever tell you the story about my crash?
You crashed?
Well, I kind of crashed. So I was doing a race, and I got a flat tire, and my feet were locked in.
Oh shit!
I tried to fucking like stop, but I couldn't unclick in time, and I fucking fell. But when I fell on the rear gear thingy, which I didn't know at that time. I cracked it. So the next time I was riding, like I was like I wasn't going uphill, but like I was going at an incline. but from the pressure of me paddling, finally snapped the gear off, and it ran into my spokes, and it locked up my back tire, and it didn't flip me forward, but I was locked in, and it stopped me too fast, and I couldn't get out, and I fucking fell over again.
Yeah, that's one thing about like, so clicking in. So I used to ride a bicycle like a lot. But like I never clicked in, and like clicking in is like it's kind of weird.
It is.
It's like you have to like move like getting in is like okay, but like getting out is like kind of like what the fuck? 'Cause you have to like turn your ankle like in a certain direction. Like when I was watching the videos, they were saying like turn your ankle out, but for me like my ankles they don't turn out that well. I can just turn them in, and I just like turning in works too. I turn in on like usually on my left foot, and then I'll step over the bike, and then I'll click out with my right foot. So that to me that's like the best way, but people need to do like better videos about that. Like you don't have to click, you don't have to like click out in like one direction.
Yeah. You can click in. You don't have to go that far either. Just a quick little tap in where it usually will help me unlock. But for like once I got the click in style paddles, it took me a while. I had to like it takes a while to fucking adjust those things because like. Your feet might be angled too far in or too far out, or they might be too far, like your knees be too far together. Like it's a fucking calibration. It takes fucking time to get it right.
Well, that was one thing. So like when Peloton comes out and they actually come out to your house and they set it up wherever you want. Like if you have a fucking 5-story house, they put it in the fucking top floor if you want. Like seriously, they'll set it up. But obviously, I just haven't put it in my garage. And they set up your set up the whole thing for you, make sure it works. But the person who set up my shoes, they didn't tighten the fucking cleats in all the way.
Oh, that fucking sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't notice until like my brother, I was texting him, I got a Peloton. He's like, make sure like every couple of rides, like you tighten up your cleats because they'll get loose. And I looked like after my very first ride, and like my right foot was like the toe was like way over because and then I looked and like one of the screws like wasn't really in at all. And so I tightened like all my fucking shit down like really hard and like adjusted it to like the way it's supposed to be. But yeah, if your toes are off, that kind of fucks your shit up. And it's also like there's a technique to like if you're used to riding a bike with no cleats, like you ride differently. So like I'm just on a non-cleat bike, I push all the time. But on a cleat bike, you can basically put power in the entire revolution. But it's a technique, it's like a push and a pull.
Yeah, like you can
weird.
Pull up with your one foot and push down with the other, so you have to like fucking mentally fucking think about it. Yeah. But like when you had said that, I was doing another fucking event where one of my screws on my cleats it unscrewed, so I couldn't, like how you were saying like you have to twist your feet to be able to get your foot out. I couldn't because the screws all fucked up.
Oh shit!
So every time I tried fucking doing it, I couldn't get it out, and I fell again.
It's weird to me because like doing like the whole push-pull method, like when I'm like usually like pushing, like I feel like I have a really good rhythm going. I can push like really hard, and then there's like times where like I get kind of tired and I'll try to do the push-pull method, and it's like I go faster doing the push-pull method, but it feels like I'm going slower.
Yeah, it does.
It's really fucking weird. Like I don't understand how the fuck that works. So I guess I gotta become a better cyclist. But doing like the push-pull method, definitely there's something there to like going faster and like not just pushing. I feel like I'm retarded when I'm basically just pushing, but I can keep up with the classes by just pushing. But if I just do the push-pull, it'd be easier. Yeah. So you're showing a thing right now. He has like a thing because like for me, like Pelotons are great, but I feel like Peloton needs to make like a bike that sways with the rider.
Okay.
So it's a stationary bike, so when you get up, even when you stand on it, there's a little bit of sway, but if you ever watch any kind of like videos like somebody like riding a bike hard, like they'll push and like they'll move the bike between them, right?
Yeah.
But you can't do that with any stationary bike. Blue was pulling up like a...
It's called a cycle trainer roller. It's basically like... I don't know how to explain it. It's like
rolling. It's like treadmill.
It's basically like a treadmill for your bike, but it's rollers basically.
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
And like
a dyno.
Yeah, it's like a dyno machine. Yeah, just like that. And like on this, it's good for training on riding styles, but I don't think there's resistance on here, and there's no it's hard to get it started. I've heard too. So like if you're riding it, to get it, because when you ride a bike, by the wheels turning, like that helps you stay upright. Because once your wheels start turning, you're gonna fucking fall over. But with this, like it fucks with your head because the wheels are spinning, but you're somehow stationary and still fucking like staying up.
Well, it's usually
kind of trippy.
So here, I'll put it up on the screen. So if you watch the video right now, so this lady right here, she's doing it like this is a cycle roller. Oh wait, is this on? There you go. Now I show it. So you see like how she has like there's like rollers on. There's two in the back and one in the front. So you can kind of like free ride. See how she's like moving around right now? You have to like actually balance.
Yeah.
It's like really interesting. And I think this is really cool. But I think somebody needs to make like a system similar to this, but for like spinning. You know what I mean? So you have like the Peloton. They need to make like a system like this so you can like actually work moving back and forth on something like this. It doesn't have to be like rollers. I think you can do it with like a suspension system, to be honest. And I pay extra to do that.
And I was we were talking about this earlier, and I was like, just think of, you remember like the old rocking horse with the springs that a little kid would have? Basically, you need that for the bike, so you can really get that back and forth action.
Yeah. And so hopefully this video isn't getting taken down. Let me stop this, and I'll tell you which video this is from. This is from Global Cycling Network. So they have a thing on how to cycle on rollers, indoor bike training. So, and Rochelle Gilmore was the one that was doing it. Yeah. So it was a good video on like how to like do that.
And that's actually a good YouTube channel. I've watched those guys too. They've helped me improve on my riding style.
Nice.
But yeah, rollers are fucking hard. I do want to get upset. I have the one that jack up your back tire and you can ride like that
too. Yeah, but it's like I don't know.
Well, the downside to those is that it wears out your tire faster.
Oh yeah,
and it's like
constant friction.
Yeah, it's constant friction, and it hits a giant fucking flat spot. I mean, there's tires you can buy that are meant for that, but those fucking things are expensive. Just for
the Peloton is so fucking smooth. Yeah, I've never been on a smoother stationary bike because it's like I guess it's like a magnetic system when you add on the resistance, and it's just like when you hop on there and you're moving around. There's basically no fucking noise, you know, and it's nice. Anyway, I gotta use the restroom. On to the next topic.
I have to look at the list. Oh no, it's all good.
Trying to see what we have on the list. There's something I wanted to talk about.
Some of the news, comics, movies.
I know there's a bunch of, kind of jumping back on Netflix, there's a bunch of other shows that were released this week too. There's a series You and this new season's called You2, which is fucking weird. But if you didn't watch last season, the season dropped, so I haven't caught up on it. But You is about a guy who meets a girl at his bookstore, and he instantly falls in love with her and becomes like a crazy fucking stalker. And this guy he's very fucking charming, and you start rooting for him. We talked about it in the cast a few times, but you start rooting for him, but he turns out to be like a fucking crazy nutcase, and he was like super fucking abused and shit, and like all this other crazy shit. But he ends up killing the dude just to get the girl, and he ends up with the girl, and she finds out his secret, and he ends up killing her. So it's fucking crazy.
Jeez.
But like, there's a girl who you thought he killed before, but it turns out she's still alive, and she comes back in season 2. So if you haven't seen You, I recommend it, watching it, and then checking out season 2. Let me see. I'm looking at the list. No radio station like Dead Air.
Yeah, no, pulling up the list. Also, you got any plans for New Year's?
Yes, the Sweetness and I, we're going to hang out with some friends for New Year's. Hopefully get drunk and pass out. That's what I plan on doing. Well, maybe not passing out, but I plan on having fucking fun. How about yourself?
Not really sure. I have a friend that is trying to throw a 20s theme party.
Maybe the crisscross party, or the 80s party.
That was the professor's girl. That was oh my gosh, I was raging mad.
Juliet.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see. We have this, I guess, topic on the list: Navy SEAL misconduct scandal. So it'd be interesting. I think Carlos probably knows.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wants to jump on that one.
What's going on about that? Have you made any progress on the golden eggplants?
I think the list is slowly getting built.
Okay.
Old Ninja has that all set up, but we definitely got to start throwing our nominees in there for that. Yeah. I think this will be the first year we don't have interviews on there, because we didn't do any class interviews.
That's true. Yeah.
But hopefully once the Affinity base is back together, we can get that start going again.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should be able to drop that sometime in January.
Okay.
Go to implants.
Oh yeah.
I was looking at the list. The Navy SEAL misconduct thing.
I don't know who put that on there.
Oh, okay.
I think it was about like the guy that Gallagher or something like that.
I've been hearing different. I guess I've heard sort of the surface story about it, but I don't know. I guess the full details. I've heard. I mean, what I was reading off of like the 9 line.
Yeah,
so it's kind of skewed a little bit.
This is what I vaguely know. There was a Navy SEAL that was convicted of war crimes or something like that, and then President Trump overturned it or something like that, and then like the Secretary of the Navy got fired or some shit, and he was like pissed about it.
Okay,
but I need to go back and look at the whole story. I don't know the entire thing. It's weird to me that somebody would that a president would step in for something like that where he was tried. But I mean, I guess you still have, clemency or whatever, but
yeah, because I thought they were taking fools with like dead. I guess dead prisoners or something like that, and I guess that's a big no-no.
Well, I think I remember that story happening like a couple of years ago, but I'm not sure if it was a Navy or not. But I remember there was like some chick taking pictures of like with dead.
Yeah, I was on Graham.
Yeah.
Which I've been to that place, so that was weird.
Yeah, that's a no-no.
But it's really interesting how like in our country we censor stuff like that, but in like other countries like they play that shit on news. Like I think when I was in Mexico City, there's some shit on there where they're talking about like people getting fucking shot, and usually on the news they fucking either not show it or they blur it out. Over there it's like fucking free for all.
Fuck your childhood.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, what the fuck?
I need to go back and finish Narcos for that season in Mexico. I think season 2 is coming out with I think Michael Pena was the actor, the guy that he's an Ant-Man.
Yeah,
the guy that tells the great stories.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I started watching part of the first season. I watched the other 2 Narcos, the ones where they're in like Colombia, which was fucking great. But I need to go back and watch this one. The Oathbreaker, I see, has been on his Twitter rampage, saying that he doesn't think that Deadpool, I guess, is going to get an R rating because Disney's not going to allow it. I don't know if he's just been brainwashed by his bae that he's obsessed with on there, but
Disney, they have studios that make R-rated films. So I don't understand.
I don't either.
And this, I mean, they brought Fox, and it probably can still come out under Fox's logo or whatever, or brand. So I don't see why it wouldn't be R-rated.
Yeah, why would they mess with a formula that's actually working?
What, the first 1 and 2 were like the top 2nd and 3rd R-rated movies?
You would think you'd want to beat Joker, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, get that crown back.
What kind of a quick funny thing? When I flew to Mexico City with the Sweetness recently, on the plane, like how they have the in-flight movies and stuff like that, and they had Dora the Explorer on there, the live-action version, and like I low-key wanted to watch it, so I did. Dude, it was low-key good. Like it was like Tomb Raider, like Lara Croft good, but like on a kid level. But it was, I don't know, I enjoyed it. Like I literally remember the time because I was halfway through it before we landed, so when we were flying back I was able to continue watching it. But like it was pretty good, dude.
Gosh,
like
I don't think I could.
What was interesting, the girl who plays Dora the Explorer, she played the little girl in the Transformer movie, Transformer Sucks or whatever 5 it was. I don't know what number it was.
Transformers got worse.
Yeah. But like, yeah, it was, honestly, it was pretty fucking funny, to be honest. It was.
Right.
I don't know.
If you have kids, watch it with your kid, and you come back to Blue, like, it was pretty good.
All right.
Maybe. Do we have any Be That and BTI?
No, I got something for you guys I want to talk about. So, I went to watch Harry Potter and the Cursed Child over the past 2 days.
The movie? It's been out for like a long ass time, dude.
No, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is not a movie, it's a play.
Oh, okay.
And it's 2 days.
What's a 2-day-long play?
Yes. It's 2 days, and then there's like, you come back. You go over the first day, it's like basically like 2 hours with intermission in the middle, and then
a 24-hour intermission,
and then you come back the next day and you watch the next part with the first part and then intermission and the last part.
Do you have the same seats and everything?
Yes.
That's weird.
It's the best play I've ever seen in my entire life. I haven't seen that many plays, but this one easily like eclipses that. Like I watched The Wiz and a few other plays, and it's really good. The fact that they use like all these crazy practical effects was insane. I'm not used to seeing like fucking fireballs and magic and shit like in plays and like floating shit. It was like, it was really good. Like I was really surprised. I was excited. I'm a Harry Potter fan. I read all the books before all the movies are finished. And for me to go and watch this, I was came with an open mind, but I was like, I don't really like plays, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, it blew away my expectations. Like they used stuff. They break the fourth wall every now. Like I think once they have stuff that's like props that are like in the crowd, but kind of mixed up. I don't want to like spoil anything, and that's really cool. The story is great. It's a great J.K. Rowling story. And I can see why it took, 2 nights to show. Because it's like one of those... This is one of those rare things where when they do like a book adaptation, where it's like they didn't leave anything out. But this is also written as a playwright, so it's like obviously they're not going to leave anything else. It's a playwright. But like all the actors that were in the play were excellent. Harry Potter's in there with his kids, so like that. All the other people with like their kids and stuff. Basically, they fuck around with like time, which is like really cool. Like they have like this whole like time effect when they go back or forward in time, and like I don't know how they did it I don't know how they did this shit, but they made it seem like time was like warping in and out, like live.
Like the people who are like moving back and forth.
No, it's like there's like a scene where like they'll have any scene where like they'll show the time going back or whatever, and all of a sudden it's like this boom effect, and like the light goes like kind of in and out, and it seems like a warping effect.
That's fucking crazy.
And I don't know how the fuck they did it. I still don't fucking know how they did it, but it looks like really real. Like time is warping in front of you in like real time.
Yeah,
and it was like it's really cool.
I fucking check it out.
Yeah, it's like definitely check it out. I mean, the tickets probably aren't that cheap. I didn't pay for them, but they didn't seem like they were that cheap. So.
Was it at the Orpheum or whatever?
No, it was at a place called the Koran Theater.
Oh, okay,
in San Francisco. It's there for a while. But it was really fucking cool. And so we made 2 nights out of it. Like the first night, we went to the city early. We had dinner at the first place we went to was Hogwash, which was funny because I went there before. I just didn't realize it. I went there with my oldest daughter the day she went to orientation for the Art Academy. And the second night we went to a place called Trotto, which is like an Italian restaurant, which is like right across the street from the Koran Theater. So if anybody decides to go, like definitely grab dinner before. I mean, they have like concessions there.
Shit's fucking expensive.
You can get booze. Yeah, it's expensive, but whatever. You can buy booze there, you can buy food there. But one thing, if you're not used to like watching a play, if this is like your first play, you're not supposed to
leave.
If you leave to use the bathroom, it's just to use the bathroom. You're not going to leave to like buy concessions. You can't buy like water or something like that. Right. But what's cool though is that when you buy food when you first get in definitely like early. Like I'd recommend probably like 45 minutes early to get in, and then buy your first drink, and they ask you like, hey, you want to buy a pre-buy drink. You want to pre-buy a drink, yeah, and it's like way easier. You should pre-buy a drink because then you come out and then your name is on a fucking little placard. You take that shit, you grab your drink, and you're good to go because you already prepaid for it. And meanwhile, these other dumbasses are like, wait in line. But one thing that kind of sucks, but it's also kind of cool, is that when they do the intermission, like everybody's got to use the fucking bathroom, right? But they wait for everybody to come out of the bathroom to start the play again. Oh, that's cool. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw Aladdin at the Orpheum Theater, and when they did the whole magic carpet ride scene, that shit blew my mind. I was like, how the fuck are they? Because you don't see they're actually floating in the fucking air. You don't see any fucking wires. You don't see no fucking crane holding them up. But the illusion was broken because I guess like the music stopped working, and then like the magic carpet landed. Like, yeah, it was all bad, but it was for a split second, it was the most coolest shit I've ever seen in my life.
At no point in this play was like the illusion broken. Like they had people floating around. I'm like, yeah, I know they're on wires, but I couldn't see the wires.
Yeah.
And there was times where like they were like throwing spells at each other, and like flames are coming out, and fucking like green flames are coming out. Actually, no, there was only one part where like you can kind of see the illusion because like there was like a part where they did like a Patronus, and it was like a guy that was like carrying around a flame flaming stag skull, and you can kind of see the person carrying it around. You know what I mean? Other than that, that was like, the illusion was like totally there. Like I was totally invested in this in everything. It was great.
I gotta check it out. I know Josephina doesn't like plays.
Does she like Harry Potter?
I don't think she's ever read or seen any of the movies.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like her generation.
Yeah, it is. I need to ask her about that.
Oh. I mean, if she likes Harry Potter at all, I'll take her, because it's fucking good.
Well, I think we took her parents to go see The Lion King, and they were impressed by that, which was pretty fucking good.
Oh.
The Lion King, but Aladdin was better. But I like going to plays. Like, I like watching, like, I saw Wicked. It's funny, because I saw Wicked in New York, and the Swedish fell asleep, and the person sitting next to her kept nudging her to wake her up so she could keep watching, and the Swedish was fucking pissed. She's like, "What? Leave me alone, bitch!"
Punched him in the face.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the practical effects they did is they had people transforming into other people.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I was like, and I know that they're coming up from underneath the stage, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was just like, it was fucking dope.
That's fucking
I was like, dude.
Got that magic trick.
Yeah, like they were like their arms would like collapse in on themselves, and they would get smaller, and then all of a sudden, like the new person, like the head would pop out, and the arms would come out of the same robe.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Man, that's how the fuck would they do that?
Yeah, and they had like the whole stage was like basically like one large magic trick, because like the thing could rotate.
Uh-huh.
There was like a piece in the middle that could like move up and down, and there was like a water piece in it too, and like the fucking all this other like crazy props could like move in and out. It was fucking great.
And Harry Potter's actually in this one, right? It's not like...
Yeah, it's about him. Basically, all the main characters in Harry Potter are in this with their kids.
What is it called again?
Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, including Draco Malfoy. Like, he's actually a main character in this. And his kid. And his, like, the kid who plays Draco Malfoy's kid, I forget his name, but he's a really good actor. Like, he's, like, really, like, I was, like, legit laughing in the play. And yeah, it was good. There was like a couple of characters, like I see a bunch of parts in the movie or in the play that'll make you laugh.
You got a website for this shit? It's fucking dope.
Yeah. There's like a thing where like they fuck up time, and there's like Voldemort wins, and like they have Voldemort Day, and it's like it's all fucked up. I really want to get like the Voldemort symbol. Mm-hmm. It's like a new one that's in the play.
It looked pretty fucking dope.
But they didn't sell the fucking Voldemort symbol anywhere in the fucking merch. And I'm like, dude, you got the fucking definitely losing revenue on this shit.
Yeah, they're missing out on some fucking big money.
Because I would have bought that shit.
I'm looking at the West American Price tickets.
American Express price. Yeah, it's not cheap. But you gotta remember, it's 2 days.
Yeah,
and
true.
You're basically paying for a 4-hour event.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. But I mean, just make it like a 2-day event. Like go to the city or wherever this play is. Like stay there overnight. You know, have a good time whatever city it's playing in, and you'll enjoy yourselves.
On some days they have it on the same day. So like it starts at 2, and then part 2 takes place at the next or at 7:30. So
nice.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking 2 days. Goddamn.
Yeah. But it's the 2-day thing. I had no problem with it because I just went to two different restaurants and 2 different experiences in the city. So
yeah,
it was great.
But the tickets aren't that bad. I mean, 129 to 169.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's any of the cheaper ones.
Probably not.
Oh yeah, there's some there's some that are 99 to 139.
Yeah. And to me, it was worth it. Like, well, I mean, but I didn't pay. But if I did pay, it'd have been well worth it. I would have got, good tickets. So, and that, where I was at were good tickets. I got to see everything.
Yeah, these are all the side spots.
I was in the side, like in the mezzanine, and it was still, you could see everything.
Oh, goddamn. The fucking $200 ones are off to the left.
Yeah, well, those are probably like on the floor, right? Oh, it's in the mezzanine. Holy shit. Those tickets out there on the left, that's basically where I was.
Shit.
Yeah. So the prices like went up.
Well, I mean, but then again, you're seeing 2 shows, so
yeah.
It's like $100 a show.
Yeah. Yeah. So a play worth watching. What else? We can cut it short if you want. If we have nothing else to talk about.
I guess we can wrap it up.
Yeah.
So weekend edition.
I don't think there's any BTBTIs. I'm not gonna look it up.
There is. I got one, but I've been saving it for the whole crew. So I'm waiting for everybody to be on.
That's fine.
If I can remember it, what the question was.
That works.
All right. That was the Dankness.
No, ask the question first.
What are we doing?
Oh yeah, so I've been kind of touching on it a little bit, but Stitch, what you got populating this weekend, and what you got going on for New Year's?
Monday, Lilo and I are going to the Oakland Zoo. She hasn't been there yet, and I had a really good time when I went and did my little zoo tour day zoo
Excursion.
Yeah, around the Bay Area. So we're gonna go check out the Oakland Zoo. Weather around here has been fucking crazy. It's been fucking freezing, and it'll be like kind of nice out. Be freezing in the morning, and all of a sudden it's like, why am I wearing this jacket now? So I have to see what the weather's like on Monday, but looking forward to that. It's a really good zoo for those in the Bay Area, and think they're like, oh, well, San Francisco, the Oakland.
Yeah, especially when you go like in like it's like
the Gauntlet,
like
that
brand
whole,
new.
That's amazing. And even when I'd like Googled like, all right, best zoos in the United States. Like Oakland's like in the top like 3-4, like based off that whole renovation and everything. Like it's highly recommended.
I don't even like zoos, and it was nice.
It was pretty legit. And other than that, just chilling, getting all the baby stuff pretty much ready. Got everything set for the most part. We know when the families are flying in and when we're rotating out her family, her sister, then my parents and everything like that. So to make it easier for us when the child gets there, and then took maternity photos today. Blue came out and shot me, Lilo, and Magneto with his camera and stuff at the park. It was really good. And
it's actually fun. It's been a while since we had like a nice day. Today was a pretty nice fucking day. We got lucky.
And hopefully Monday's nice because I don't know if I told you, like, one of my jiu-jitsu friends, he's a black belt. He's actually buying a bike from your he bought a bike from your brother.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, so I have to go up to Manteca and write it down for him, because he lives actually, like, down this, like, I think a couple streets over from me.
How are you getting to Manteca? Are you...
I'll have him drive me, and then I'll ride the bike back.
Oh, okay.
And then he's bigger than me, so I'm going to have him buy, like, my old leathers. So, yeah.
Sure. That's what I got.
Blue?
No. What you got going on?
What I got? So
I'm the host of this show.
You're the host now? You did the intro, though.
I did do the intro.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
All right. Well, what do I got going this weekend? Well, I'm working tomorrow. It's not really this weekend because today's fucking Saturday.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird.
It's totally fucking me up now.
What are you doing this week, or this tomorrow, and...
Yeah, so tomorrow I'm working. I'm going to work on getting my leg strength up so I can beat my brother. I whoop his ass so bad that he never challenges me to anything ever again. He should know this by now because when we were kids in high school, I broke his record for the 40-yard dash at high school. So... yeah, but I'm talking shit, but I really hope that, he's using this opportunity to get in better shape. I mean, I'm not worried about him, but I mean, he did gain a little bit of weight. But the same thing, I was fatter than he is right now when I was younger, and he already told me that he's basically using this opportunity to motivate himself, and talking shit just helps with that. So, I will see you on the saddle, motherfucker. And I know you said you wanted to have. You wanted to see who got the most miles in a month, and that'll definitely be me. So if I should have probably, I'm going to guess, at least 500 miles in a month. Probably way more than that. I'm trying to get 100 miles in a fucking day on one of these days.
Dude, like, some of the people I follow on Strava, because on Strava, you can, when you're riding around, you actually can see, like, if you cross somebody else, you can see, like, if they cross your path, you can follow them, like, see how they're doing. Yeah. This one girl passed me up like I was going backwards. Really? And I checked out her stats. This girl does, like, at least 60 miles a day. Yeah. Like, she does, like, almost 4,000 miles a month. I'm like, holy shit, why? But when she passed me up, I saw her legs, fucking elephant's legs. She was just fucking super strong. And we were going uphill, and she was still passing me. It was fucking crazy, but yeah, I gotta get back to riding too. I gotta get my bike. Yeah, and I think that it will be interesting because for me, I'm not a cyclist and I do jiu-jitsu, but I'm totally up for the challenge. I'm sort of giving excuses, but he also has excuses too. He's a full-time fucking firefighter. He's a fucking he's a fire captain, I think, at this point in time. I'm pretty sure he's a captain. So he has like normal life shit to do that's like way more important than cycling. But he's also getting up at like 5 in the morning to like go cycle. So I know he's like legit. So now he's gonna force me to get up at fucking 5 in the morning to go cycle, because he asked me to ride at like 5:30 in the morning a couple times. Well, I'm like, I used to like working out at like 4:30 in the morning, but I got a fucking toddler now, so it's like in a
relatively small house, and like tiptoeing past her door, in the morning is kind of a bitch, and like tiptoeing back to take a shower. But I'm gonna just fucking suck it up and just tiptoe, to the bike at like 5 a.m, and then when I get a break in work, I'm just gonna keep riding, and I will take this challenge and run to the fullest. Right now, I'm not because the kids are on vacation. I'm kind of on vacation, but come the first, actually probably not the first. But the week after the first, I'm gonna take this shit super seriously. I'll give them a little bit of a head start because he'll fucking need it.
Yeah. And then for myself, so tomorrow, shit. I guess I'm working and doing some Task Rabbit stuff, but I gotta do some yard work because got a bunch of leaves and shit all over the place.
So how is Task Rabbit? How do you like that?
Like doing it?
Yeah,
it's fun. It's I've always been good at customer service and chit chat with people, so I have no problem with it. I mean, the last Task Rabbit I did was kind of awkward because the person just sat there and watched me. And it was super fucking awkward.
I likes you and I want you.
You're doing a good job, but I had another lady.
Wait, was it a lady?
No, it was a guy.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even more awkward.
It was a woman too, but
okay.
No, this one woman, she gave me a $100 tip.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought she mistipped me, and I thought she mispaid me, and I told her, and she was like, no, that's a tip. Merry Christmas. I'm like, well, fuck, damn, nice. But I'm definitely enjoying it. It's a good little side hustle, getting extra cash. So I have no problem with it. I would give you my promotion thing, but I don't know what it is.
Well, next time.
Yeah. All right, well, you just listened to the dangest podcast on the fucking planet, Black and Black Times Infinity. If you want to check us out, you can check us out at benhadproductions.com/Black and Black Times Infinity, or BeefMBTI, I think. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Just Google search Black and Black Times Infinity and we'll come up.
You gotta hurry.
Till next week. Peace out, bitches.
Good time, man.